the longest tenured set issued by the U.S. Mint for us collectors dates back to 1947. It is our mint set, our uncirculated set. Over that 75-year period, there were only 2 sets with special kickers, and they both involve the West Point Mint. And tonight, boy, do we have a deal for you. So the project started in 1996, and I remember a couple of the conversations going on at that time. What can we do? This is the U.S. Mint speaking. What can we do to increase sales in our core collectible sets, uncirculated sets and proof sets? Should we add a special coin only available in these sets? Well, as collectors, we all love to hear that, and the answer was overwhelmingly yes. Well, what do you think we should do? Well, 1996 was the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime, the March of Dimes, President Roosevelt, very, very popular. How about we have West Point make a dime? They've never done it before. It'll never be done again, but let's have West Point make a dime. And then add it as a separate special collectible in the envelope. Now, many of you that might have seen this 1996 set might not have seen this dime in this wrapper. I can't tell you how many times I see people pulling the good stuff. What a shame. But then, let's do it again, right? Basically 20 years later in 2019, they're looking to spur interest one more time. So what do? Well, they have it the year of the W cent. They made a proof cent, they made a reverse proof cent, but the rarest cent of all was the West Point uncirculated cent. So now we have a set with the dime, and we have a set with the Lincoln cent. My competition sells the the Roosevelt dime, the West Point, for $25, and they sell the Lincoln cent right there in its own little package for $30. So just the 2 special coins are $55 on the table. But that doesn't count all the rest of the good stuff. The cent, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, the $50, the big Kennedy, right? And then when you get into 2019, we're still in the National Parks program, state quarters number 2, and we have the 5+5 in that particular series. And in 2019, we had what? Sacagawea added as an additional on top of it. So they're big sets, lots of stuff, but the important thing is how few. So again, the lowest minted uncirculated dime in the Roosevelt series dating back to 1946. The first coin is the one you're looking at right now. And it only comes in this special uncirculated set. On the cent side, the top shelf, 2019, we introduced the W Lincoln cent. Again, only 315,434 sets were sold, which means that's where the W comes in. The silver proof set, which was the reverse proof Lincoln, higher mintage. The regular proof set, almost double the mintage. So if you want the key W, it is right here. It is right here, and it's again in that little baggie from the U.S. Mint, and then put in the envelope, and then that envelope is just wrapped with the 2 pieces. Just the way the government chose to work it, but again, most of you see this stuff on the left. The important core is on the right, period. The competition sells the 96 set, the one on the bottom, the Roosevelt dime set, for $59.95. They sell the other, which is the 2019 on the top, the most recent W add-on. And they're at $85 by itself. You add the 2 of them together, you're significantly north of where we are with this special opportunity. But I'm a big believer in, even if I don't collect the series, I want to have the best stuff from a series. And you never know. When I get a free moment, maybe I'll want to go back and start filling in the 1990s, filling in the 2000s, etc. on great collectibles. And as I said early in this conversation, the oldest set made for collectors is the uncirculated or U.S. Mint set. Everybody thinks it was the proof set, but the proof set started in 1950. This set started in 1947. Like the proof, the uncirculated has gone through a ton of changes over the years. Remember that first decade? They had double sets in pieces of cardboard, like the Whitman albums, and just a regular piece of paper over it in an envelope. They went to the poly system, very, very similar to the proof set in 1959. And then when San Francisco took over proofs, they modernized it a little bit more, harder poly pack, and it's been that way ever since. 2007, with the introduction of the presidents, we start seeing now a harder presentation, like the top shelf, a blue and a red, a little bit more obvious, but they've evolved this great, great collectible. But tonight it's about the sets that have the extra oomph. In the history, the 75-year history of this uncirculated set, there are two of them that just stand out as being the sets. The very first ever on the dime, the West Point dime, the lowest minted dime in the entire series in uncirculated condition. And they came back and they did it again in 2019 with the West Point Lincoln cent, which again is the lowest minted uncirculated coin in the entire series, dating all the way back to 1909 when it was first issued. Again, the proof was 600,000, the silver proof was 412,000, but the uncirculated top shelf Lincoln cent was only 315,000, the rarest of all by a lot. 100,000 on the silver reverse proof and almost double that of the regular proof. So the W from 2019 is the uncirculated set you're seeing right here. Combine them together, value all over the place. We're at $89.95. Our competition, when you add up the numbers I gave you earlier, are $60, $70 more than we are. And ours include the good stuff. Can't beat the history, can't beat the low mintages, so you just got to give us a call. Guys, let's put a 1-minute clock up, please. Actually, let's change it to a 30-second clock, please. I just realized the call count is high, and we're getting down to the last 15, 14 sets right now. Looks like it'll be a sellout pretty quick. If you are visiting us via the web, avccoins.com as your order-taking service, you kind of park it in your shopping cart and you watch for a while. This one probably going to sell out in the next 3 to 4 minutes. Push it through, lock it down, get an order number. And if I can entice you with anything else as the show goes on, call us back to say, hey, I placed an order earlier. They'll find it, they'll open it and add to it. We'd love to do some more business. But tonight, it's about the best of the best inside of the uncirculated sets. And that is two of them. West Point all over it. The W dime from 96 and the W cent from 19 together. $89.95, which means less than $45 a set. An outright steal.